Are people still moving to Utah? Did you miss out? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you if they are or they aren't, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. This is Greg Spackman with the Living in Salt Lake City channel. And if you want to learn everything about what it's like to eat, sleep, live, play here in the Salt Lake City area, then hit the little subscribe button and click the little bell to be notified every time I do a new video. We have been getting a ton of phone calls about people wanting more information about moving here and relocating here to the Salt Lake City area, and we love it. So please hit us up, text us, give us a call, shoot us an email. We got your back when you're moving here to the Salt Lake City area.
So let's get going on this video about are people still moving to Utah? And the short answer is yes. People are still moving to Utah, so don't change your plans. You didn't miss out. Everything that was great about Utah is still great about Utah. In this video, I'm going to share with you a few things about why people are moving to Utah. I think one of the biggest things that people are moving to Utah for is the safety. As Utah is regarded as one of the safest states in the United States with very little crime. It's below the national average and violent crime. Property crime, however, has shot up for some reason. I'm guessing it's just that people seem to leave stuff outside, so you leave your bike in your front yard and it'll disappear. That sort of thing, or just the major thing that's going on throughout the U.S. that we noticed in California and in Tennessee was the neighborhood walkers, where they lift your door handles and they'll take anything in your car. If they see a backpack in your car, then they smash the window and steal your backpack out of your car in the driveway. And they do it sometime, when you're asleep, 1, 2, 3 a.m. I had a friend who they did it to him in Tennessee, and he chased after him in his underwear with his gun, ready to shoot them. He ended up calling the cops, and the cops caught the guy like 5 streets down and arrested him, and they got a ton of stuff from that guy. So just know that that sort of thing does happen here in Utah, but I think it happens almost everywhere. Does it happen in your city? Please comment below if it happens by you as well. But overall, safety is a big thing for Utah, and since it's rated so high, you should be safe here. The next thing that are getting people to move here from out of the area is the affordability. Utah is still very affordable, and depending upon where you're moving from, or if you have a good paying job, you probably won't even notice what the cost of housing is here or rent. The low property taxes are really something that you should take advantage of, and is a huge plus to living in Utah. But everybody knows that since for the last 2 years, the housing market has just gone crazy. So you probably made a ton of money on your home wherever you're coming from, that you'll probably be able to, notice that right now you're going to take a little bit of a discount as far as buying a home or selling your home. It's a great time to make that move, other than the interest rates being high. And, we can work for a couple different things to help you with the interest rate, like getting the seller to pay for a 2-1 buy down or something, or having them buy the rate down itself, help you with closing costs, discount the price. We got a bunch of different ways to help make it a little bit more affordable for you, where we didn't have this option, 6-7 months ago. Just know that we have options. Ask me about them and I can share them with you. Schools would be another reason people are moving to Utah. We have some of the best schools and colleges that call Utah as home. It's really affordable to attend college here as a resident, as opposed to being from out of state or even in other states. It's super cheap. I think it's somewhere around $5 to $7 grand a semester, or maybe even cheaper than that. You'll have to look into that yourself, depending upon if you're staying in the dorms or not. But Utah ranks 6th in the nation in education, so we have really good schools here. Just some of the ratings don't show that because of diversity. So the schools aren't super diverse as far as that goes, so that lowers their score. But education-wise, you're looking at getting a really good education by living here in Utah. The recreation and outdoors would be probably the biggest reason that people move here to Utah, and I should probably make a whole video on this about what you can do here in Utah. But Utah has mountains, they have lakes, they have canyons, they have red rock, they have fishing. You can fish in lakes, streams, local ponds. Local ponds are super cool. They're stocked throughout the year with different kinds of fish, and they're free to fish at as long as you have your fishing license. So that's super cool for you to be able to do, and pretty relatively low cost. You have hiking. It's amazing. You would never have caught me hiking 2 years ago. Now I just love to hike. I would do it every weekend if I could. I've done tons of waterfall hikes here. There's, I think, 30 or 40 different waterfall hikes. I'm getting ready to do one of the big mountain climbs this May or June, where you climb up to one of the peaks, something like 8 or 10 hours of hiking, then you camp for overnight, and then you finish in the morning going up to the top, and then you hike back down. However, for whatever reason, hiking downhill is worse for me than uphill. Muscles at my age, I guess, just don't work as well for the downhill side. I got to figure that out so that I can climb downhill, because my nephews and son have it much faster climbing downhill. You have 4x4ing. You have Moab, which is amazing. I just went this last April to the Easter Jeep Safari for 3 days, and we took a Jeep and went through some trails, and it was a blast. So if you're into four-wheel drive at all, it's awesome here. There's a ton of different places you can go, and Moab is the king of all places. There are 5 national parks in Utah, and those are Zion National Park, Arches National Park, Canyons National Park, Bryce Canyon National Park, and then Capitol Reef National Park. Haven't been to any of those other than I went to Bryce when I was like 8 years old, and I really don't remember it much. So those are all on my list to do. Please make sure you do that when you're here. They're just amazing to look at, and everyone asks me all the time, have I been to any of them? And I just haven't made it there yet. Utah has 22 million acres of public land for you to explore, so there's a ton of available land that you can camp on. I think I mentioned that you can hike it and stuff, so there's a lot of like hiking and camping, and you can also boat on the many lakes here. So if you're into any sort of water sports, they have all that: kayaking, paddleboarding, canoeing. You can float tube down rivers. We did that last summer for my daughter's birthday. We float tubed down the I think it's the Provo River, and it was awesome. It took us like 3 hours, and you just chill in a tube and just float. That was awesome. We need to do that again. I think it was like $30 a person or something, so it wasn't expensive. You'd get dropped off at the one up at the top and then you grab an inner tube and you just float down. You can cross country, ski. So there's all this snow stuff that you can do as well here. From, like I said, cross country. You can snow hike. You can ski. You can snowboard. You can tube down hills for the snow, play in the snow, make forts, make snowmen. All of that you'll be able to do in the snow here, which is awesome. And we weren't able to do that in Tennessee much because it would always get cold enough to snow and just not snow. And nothing's more frustrating than it just to be cold and there isn't any snow for to use. But I also don't want 48 inches or 5 feet or 6 feet of snow like they got in Buffalo and other parts of New York this year. I just want a couple feet of snow so that we can play in it and I can drive around and do what I need to do. The next reason people are moving here is job opportunities. There are a ton of jobs here that are waiting for you. They're good paying. It is a booming, and the state has one of the lowest unemployment, if not the lowest unemployment rates in the entire U.S., which means you won't have a hard time finding a job if you want to get a job. Transportation. Salt Lake City has one of the biggest hubs for Delta. So if you're looking to fly anywhere, the Salt Lake City airport has amazing flights out. They have a nonstop that takes me back to Nashville when I want to go back. You can get to Vegas. You can get to California. You can get all over the U.S. or world from Salt Lake City airport. Relatively easy. And Delta would be your main carrier. Southwest is another good one. And then American and some of the other ones don't have as many flights. But you're going to mainly fly Delta or Southwest. No, if you fly Southwest at Salt Lake City Airport, you're going to be doing a mile walk, which sucks while they're still working on the airport. The airport is super neat. They have the only Panera bread that you can get in Salt Lake City area. They also have a pickup sticks, if you've ever eaten that, for Chinese food. That's pretty good, and they only have it there at the airport. It's not anywhere else for some reason. They have a growing rail system that you can use, light rail system that you can use to get around. They have the track system and buses and scooters and e-bikes. So you can get around in Salt Lake City pretty easily wherever you want to go. And if you really enjoyed this video and you found it valuable, please like this video. That helps me out. Super amazing. It lets more people know to watch the video. And if I can help you in relocating here to the Utah area, whether it be, St. George or Salt Lake City or Park City, wherever you're looking to move in Utah, please reach out to me. I can be reached via phone, text, email. Thank you so much for watching.